y'all doing? This is the McClix, and we're back with Dune Imperium with both of the expansions, Rise of Ix and the new Immortality expansion. So we're gonna play this again, and we played it yesterday, and we did like a live stream to kind of pretty much relearn it and play with the new expansion. I think it went pretty well, and I really like the expansion, the new one, Immortality. So we'll just kind of do a more normal video here. Hopefully it won't be 6 hours long, but we took a couple of breaks and everything, but I think it'll be a little quicker this time. So to start, I will be playing. My leader will be Duke Leto Atreides, and doesn't seem too complicated to play. When sending an agent to a green agent icon board, space costs you one less, so that's going to help with kind of getting our sword master extra worker quicker, and then also the like the dreadnought and the tech negotiation. Well, the dreadnought, because that one costs money. So, and then his ring ability is pay one spice, gain one influence with a faction where an opponent has more influence than you. So I think that's kind of strong. So, and then the two randomly chosen rivals. First is going to be Prince Romber Vernius. So I don't know if the laser gun cannons will come into play. I think they just used the right one, but that could be a static ability. And then the ring ability is they pretty much can do a tactile or increase their make the tactiles cheaper. So he's all about the tech. And then we have Count Ilban Richese. They got some names in this game, let me tell you. So, the Ruthless Negotiators, whenever you pay Solari for the cost of a board space, draw a card, and then his is Manufacturing for the ring, just one Solari. So those two aren't too difficult. I've never played with them before, so it's going to be interesting. You can see here we have the chroma key. I think for the most part, I'm kind of figuring this out. It kind of resets when I kind of set something on it. If it becomes too much of an issue again, we'll just hide it until we need it, but I think for right now it's fine. And then the other big surprise. So I was able finally, as you can see here, we've got like a more easier looking rows, kind of set up better to see. When we played the live stream, everything was squashed, and the reason being is because we had the house AI cards. So I've got it now to where I'm going to display the companion app. So when we need it, I like this a lot because it saves space and time. I mean, it's kind of streamlined. So you can see we've got our two random. That's who was random. So we hit OK, and then we're gonna just do mercenary difficulty. Just because I don't know if I've won one yet. I think maybe I have, but I know it was if I did, it was close. But I still, we lost yesterday on novice, so mercenary. So that's what we're gonna do. So you'll see it with the companion app. If you don't know, I talked about it in the other stream. So this is usually you can only use it on the iPad or your mobile devices through Direwolf. However, I run an application on my computer called BlueStack, which is essentially a mobile emulator. And so within that, you can get all the apps like a normal phone. So that's how I get around that. And I don't know, and I don't think they have an actual application for your PC. I believe it's only via um, mobile phone or iPad or iOS. Um, Maybe I looked for about 30 minutes to an hour last night trying to find it, but this is really the best way for me to do this, and it's quick and easy. I do the same thing with Scythe and Gloomhaven, but I think Gloomhaven has some other things. So if you're ever interested, that's how. I've got a pretty cool setup here, so I've got an additional monitor um, set up diagonal over here. So if you ever are interested in have a board game that has like an app like this where they just do it for the mobile, get yourself this BlueStack if your computer can handle it. It doesn't take up too many resources, um, and just have it over on the monitor. Because the other Dune games I play with AI, I just use this and I just pull it up full screen, and you'll see it's really cool. So you'll see it has some uh, instructions. So for setup, you start with 3 troops in your garrison. Your rivals do not start with garrison troops. So we'll go ahead, and I've already got 1 there from the last game, so we'll put 2 more in. So it kind of reminds you that for the setup, and then each rival places their Talaxu token at the start of the Talaxu track where rivals do not use research. So that's up here. So the cool thing about this app is that you can add whatever it's up to date. So you can add the expansions. So what I did was I just selected all 3, the original and then Rise of Ix and Immortality, and it updates everything, and so it's kind of an easier setup for you. So then starting resources, it's already going to show you. So we will start with water, Solari, and spice. So we'll just put that there. Same setup down here. I've just got my custom-made deck holder here. So I got my deck and then my discard, and then we'll just keep our resources and stuff right here. And then the rivals both start with water. Oh, so we'll just put it right there. Just to make things easier to see, I've got their additional elements over here off to the side, so we'll just leave it like that. Make things easier to see, I guess. So I haven't decided. I think I want to leave this down here. I think that's just the best. Yeah, so we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so now we'll just hit OK since we got that set up. And you'll see here, it reminds you, your 3rd agent, Swordmaster, is set aside. You will need to send an agent to the Swordmaster space to acquire it. So I always just, for solitary, I just put mine up there to remind me. Your rival Swordmaster should be placed underneath the top 5 cards of the conflict deck. So we'll go ahead and do that. And as I said before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I do is I just turn these sideways, kind of like so, and then I just put these up here. So it's a good reminder, and it makes space for the to actually show the conflict. So that's what I do. When you reveal the conflict card above your rival Swordmaster, your rival earns them. So that's just a secondary. Good little tip there. Okay, so set up first player marker, determine a seating order we already have. So we'll always just start with this one will be the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So we'll just go up 1, 2, and 3. Just make things easier that way. Give the first player marker to the rival on your left. Like I said before, it's always confusing, but they want the rival obviously to go first. So we'll just let both of the rivals go first. And then they will take the first turn of the game. You're ready to begin. So then you just hit this little begin button down here, and you'll see it kind of shows a kind of like a virtual deck there. And the cool thing with this too is we selected the option. It gives you the option to. There are cards in that deck. So yesterday when we played, we did the variant for churn where we rolled the dice which would get rid of the the row down here. But in this deck that they have in here, there's cards that tell you that will reset it. So you'll see that, and so I think I like that way a bit more because it's more just streamlined and it'll let you know. Um, so chroma key's being a little weird again. I think we'll just disable it when we need to. Um, there we go. We can just do this if we need it. All right, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and we've got that ready. And it's really cool too with this companion app because you can look at it, it's going to give you additional info and you can actually check. It gives you like a checkbox of things to remember to do. So you'll see it when it happens. And you can always, it'll allow you to look through the deck too, or sorry, through the discard to kind of see the history of what, because that is public knowledge. Um, so yeah, we got everything set up. Same strategy I like to go through to begin is try and get my sword master as soon as possible. Maybe it'll be easier with the Duke down here. So let's see. So last game, the villain won, or sorry, one of the rivals won, and so I think we may want to focus. I still want to try this track and utilize it. I think it's really good. I think we just had bad luck. So Okay. All right. Looks like we were having some technical difficulties with the audio. So, just to kind of skip ahead here to show you what we did. Um, so I think, yeah, we're on our second um, turn of the first round. So I was kind of showing you the AI's uh, display. So the prince first turn went to highliner, and then their second turn they went to selective breeding, and then Count Ilban. Uh, let's see. So he went to Carthag and Arakeen. So they're both kind of conflicting here. So it's we're we're probably not gonna battle this round, but that's fine. We have some saved up in our garrison for future. So my first turn, I went to the smuggling, and um, I was talking about how I want to get the dreadnought and this detonation devices. I'm worried that they could potentially get that, um, but they don't really have spice right now, so I think we should be okay with that. So really at this point, so for my second agent, I'm probably, I mean, I need to get spice to build up. Um, but the cool thing is we used our ring on the first turn, which is already kind of given us some um, alliance over here. So if we can get one more uh, influence, we'll be able to start doing the interstellar shipping to get that to go faster. So I want to utilize the immortality board if we can, but um, they trashed one of the industrial espionage, which was a pretty good card to get and it was cheap. But so now we have usurp and beguiling pheromones. Um, so it may be a little slow at first for that, and we don't have the experiment card yet in our hand. So um, and then yeah, so there's the row. Sorry for the audio mute there. So okay, so let's see where we want to send our agent here. I mean, we could go ahead and go to the dreadnought because we get the discount from our popularity, and that would cost 2. But then we don't have the spice yet, so I want to maybe try and get all of this together if I can. Um, so do I want to go up on the spacing guild? I mean, to get the interstellar shipping quicker, we would get a full space card. Hmm. I mean, we could go here and get 2 spice. I'd much rather have 3 for that, but interesting dilemma. Well, let's try this. Let's play the dagger, and Let's actually go to the Mentat. So that's going to cost 1 with my leader's ability. So that lets us get the Mentat and also draw a card, which is going to be Seek Allies. Okay. So I know we're spending 1, but I think we can kind of get ahead if we play our cards right. So yeah. Yeah, okay. So then we would go to the rival's turn, but they're out of agents, so we've got 1 more. We have the Mentat. So let's put this card there. I think I might actually go to Wealth to gain that too, because that got us a card, and we can save Diplomacy for an extra Persuasion. So yeah, so is that, I think that's where I'll go. Although, if we go here, next turn, we would get a victory point, and we would have our 2 influence. So yeah, I think we actually do that. So we're going to play Seek Allies, and we're going to go to Fold Space, which means we will increase our loyalty. We'll go up 1. Up 1 victory point, and we'll get a Fold Space card. And then this will just go into our discard there. And then we trash the Seek Allies. Okay. Okay, so then now we will go into the reveal side. So let's bring up the camera here, if I can. There we go. Okay. So reveal. We have 2 convincing arguments, and we have diplomacy. So 5 persuasion there. So the researcher is interesting. He's going to kick us off on the research track more. We would be wasting 1. Now the engineer, and then there's Shani. And then she'll give us a water. Or we could go with the initiate and a liaison. Oh, I'm not too keen of keys to power. Although that would just give us spice if we start to build up on the Emperor. I do like building up on the Emperor, because I like the wealth and everything. Hard decision, but if I had one more. um, I mean, right now that's not gonna help us. So yeah, let's do this. For 3, let's get the initiate. We'll replace it with a freighter fleet. Now that could help us, maybe. Discard a card, trash a card to go up on the freighter. I mean, okay. So that's going to cost 2. And we have 2 left. Whereas the liaison's going to give us 2 more. But yeah, let's get this freighter fleet. I mean, we are kind of doing the freighter theme there. So yeah, for 2 we'll get that. And then we'll replace it with Liette Kynes. I think she's the doctor of the Freeman. I know she meets them, but so there she's gonna, when you get her, you get a loyalty with the Emperor, and then Freeman icon blue, and then 2 persuasion for each Freeman card you have in play, including this one. That's cool. Okay. All right. So let's clean this up. So that'll go to the discard. Let's bring that down. And let's go into combat. So we'll bring back up the AI deck here. And it looks like it's just going to be between them 2. So, in player order, the rivals will go. I think we already set their strength. Oh, he needs to go up 2. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. And then, so we will reveal a card for the prince. So they're going to get 1 additional. And then we will reveal, so we'll do that, a card for the count. So they'll get 1 additional. Okay, so it looks like the prince wins. So they will get a loyalty that is the lowest. So red, red. And I think we got to choose. Let's go here because I still might go up on the Emperor. And then they'll get 2 Solari. Keep that right there. And then the Count will get 3 Solari. So conflict's not that bad for not being in it. So these 2 will go back. These 3 will go back. And that will be combat. Disable that. Alright, so we're just gonna go through. Normally at this time, if we were doing the churn variant, we would roll the dice, but we'll just let the AI deck take care of that like we discussed. So now let's go into makers. So place 1 spice on maker spaces that do not have an agent. So that's going to be all of them. 2, 3. So 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Making that spice. So check for end game. Nope. Return the Mentat. So he will go back. And recall all the agents. 1, 2 up here. 1, 2 right here. And 1, 2 right here. And then we'll pass the first player. So that will go over here to the count. Alright. So, next turn. So we're going to reveal new conflict, which will be Guild Bank Raid. Oh wow. So first place will get 6 Larry, second place will get 4. So that is pretty big. And then we'll draw our hand of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll shuffle and draw our 5th. Alright, so we got diplomacy, experimentation, alright, dagger, and reconnaissance. Okay, so let's start the turn. So the agents will go first. So the rivals will go up first. So let's bring up our AI deck here. And let's see what they do. So they're going to the Dreadnought. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. They're going to acquire a Dreadnought. Must be nice that it's free, so we'll just go right there. Buy a tech tile, and they don't have any spice, so nothing there. And then so this kind of shows you in solo, Hagao can buy tech. They buy the most expensive tech they can with a solo icon on it. So that's just kind of reminding you of that. So let's go to our turn. Oops. There we go. Okay, what do we want to do? Well, we have experimentation, so that'll kind of get us kicked off with getting up that. But the specimen costs for these two are kind of high, 4 and 3. It was kind of unfortunate that the cheap one got trashed. So, well, now let's see. Well, now we can do interstellar shipping, but we still want to try and get that 3rd worker. So, I don't think we can afford it this turn, but winning the conflict is going to really help do that. So, we're going to probably want to do some combat or conflict. They got a Dreadnought, but we do have 3 troops. And okay. I'd like to get some spice too. So let's go ahead and play our experimentation. So we'll send an agent up to the interstellar shipping since we have 2 influence. So that allows us to bump up our freighter twice. So 1, 2. And then we also get to do the research. So we'll move this over 1, which allows us to get a specimen. So we'll put that right there. We're slowly building up to that. All right. So just put that there. And then we'll go into the prince's turn. So Let's see what he does. Harvest spice. Okay, so there is spice. So harvest. So it tells you it's described on the card. Send an agent to the space with the most bonus or total if tied. So they're all tied because it has the same, but they're gonna go here. So they're gonna get a total of 4 spice. And they generally they'll hoard the spice, I think, until conflict 3. When we get to that, to attempt to buy tech tiles. And then they can deploy up to 2 troops if they had them, but they don't. Okay, so now it'll be the Count's turn. Let's see what he does. He's going to wealth. So he will go here, and he will gain an influence with the Emperor. And rightly so, right? Because I think he is part of the Emperor Alliance, I believe. So we said he gained an influence. Alright, and then we'll go to my turn. So, let's see here. I mean, we want spice, but we'll probably be able to get spice. Let me double check. I wonder if you can do when you return the freighter, I wonder if you can do it in any order. I think maybe so. Where am I at? Take your rewards in any order. Sweet, cool. So if we end up going there again, we could go to smuggling, or I think we also have that card that helps the freighter. And then what we could do is gain the 2 spice, purchase the detonator device with a discount, and then get those. So I think I really want that detonation device building up to it. Invasion ships is good too, but we have a plan. So, but for now we want to try and win the conflict. So we definitely want to get some troops into the conflict. So as of right now, the Count is done. So his dreadnought is not going to come in. The Prince has 1 more agent. So he could potentially get a troop or 2. I have a dagger, so if we could just get 2 in here, I think we'd be safe. Pending on if he gets what his card is drawn for conflict, if he enters conflict. So I don't think I want to mess with that, so I want to be almost guaranteed to get the 6. So that's going to get us our Sword Master, hopefully next turn. So do we go to Hardy Warriors? Because that will cost us 1, but we'll get 2 in there. Yeah, maybe Hardy Warriors. Yeah. Alright, so let's do diplomacy. And we'll send our agent to Hardy Warriors. That's going to cost a water. But that's going to give us 2 troops that we can put into the conflict. So we'll put 2 there. And then we can also deploy up to 2 more. Oh, and we increase our loyalty to the alliance. So what we say? We want to have at least 3, and I'd like to have 2. So this is another thing that I'm gonna try and start working on is using, not overusing your troops, if you don't have to. So playing around it. Let's say that the prince does go to a conflict, which is likely. They would get at least 1 troop plus some of the bigger cards. They get 4 swords. So what? That's 6. So we have our dagger. So I think we'll go here. That'll give us 6 strength. And then we have our dagger just in case. So yeah, and we'll keep these 2. Right. Yeah, that looks good. And then the build up for next turn. If we get the freighter card, we could just utilize that and not have to go here. But if we win this, we'll have 6. And then that is a discount. Yeah, I like the Duke. So that'll actually be 7. And we'll have just the amount to get our Swordmaster. So we got a plan. So, alright. So let's go to the Prince's turn. Let's bring up the AI here. So hoping for not a conflict, just to make it safer. But we'll see. So let's see what he gets. Okay, so Dreadnought. But there's already an agent there, so we skip it. And Hardy Warriors, that's where I was, so we skip it. And okay, so oh no. Oh no. Is he gonna get our detonation? I totally forgot that he had the technology. Oh, dang it. Alright, so he's gonna go to Arakeen. And this says recruit one troop and deploy it. So he gets 1 troop into the conflict. And then if you had any in the garrison, and then activate the rival's signet ability, which is the the tech icon. Oh no! So let's see here. Acquire tech if you can. If not, he will use the tech negotiation. So yes. All right. But does he go for the? Dang it! They're both 5, and he's gonna get the detonation device. Oh. Well, I guess we can work on getting something else, but all right. So that's unfortunate. So I totally spaced out about his ability. All right. So he's gonna spend 3 and get the detonation device. Now training drones, that'll just give you a troop. That's pretty cool. And just activating it, so or flipping it. So with the detonation device for the rival, it will always gain a victory point if it can. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, never mind. I saw that. Well, I mean, it is victory point, but it returns it to your supply. I thought it would go to your garrison. So, it's okay, I guess. Um. So yeah. Check that, and then we will hide the display capture. Okay. So okay, I'm not as salty about that then, I guess. So, and I think we have the conflict one too. Okay, so we will go to reveal, And let's see, let's bring up our Logicam here. Alright, so let's see what we got. We've got reconnaissance, experimentation, and we've got a dagger. So the dagger obviously is going to add one combat. But these two, so low on persuasion, but that's okay. We do get a specimen, so we'll go ahead and do that. Start building this up here. And 2 persuasion. So I guess we'll just buy a liaison. Because obviously we don't have enough specimens for the cards up there. Yeah. Yep, I don't want to waste it, so we'll get the liaison with that. And then we will go into so combat strength is 6 plus 1, so 7. Then we'll go and clean up, discard that. I don't want to get rid of the rogue just yet with this. I think there's still some strong cards to be had here, so I think we'll just, yeah, leave that there. Okay, so these will go to discard. So now we'll go into combat. So let's see what the guy here is going to get. He will get 3 swords. Oh, so he's at 2. And then 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was a little scary. So yeah, we'll win the conflict. So we'll get 6 Solari. It's a nice bonus. Let's go. Give me that money. The prince will get 4. So he'll have a total of 6. So we'll take one of these back. So he's getting up there for the victory point. Okay, so let's bring that down. Alright, so these guys go away. This goes away. And we'll reset here. Okay, now we will go into the makers. So bonus spice going here and here. And there's an agent there, so no bonus spice. End game, nope. Return Mentat, he's already returned. Recall agents 1, 2. Whoa. 1, where's your other guy at? Right here, Dreadnought 2. And then mine here and here. Alright, first player will go to me. Finally. I've been waiting for this. And we will start the next round. So reveal new conflicts. And we have Trade Monopoly. So that's going to have 2 freight icons and a troop. And second place is an intrigue card and water. Interesting. Okay, and then we'll draw our 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get Fold Space, okay. Signet Ring. Spice Dagger, Convincing Argument, Convincing Argument. So we didn't get the travel card, but this allows us to draw a card, so that might help too. Okay. So I think the first thing we go to, so do we want to, yeah, I guess we want to try and win the conflict too. we have a couple of troops in our garrison. The signet ring. We don't have any spice yet, but we're definitely going to get Swordmaster, so I think that's where we'll go first. Maybe we'll end up with some spice this turn, so we'll hold on to the signet ring. The dagger. We may want to hold on to, yeah, because they might get their troops. Now, so here's the thing: getting our dreadnought is going to cost 2. And that will allow us, but we may go up, we may do this turn too, which is going to be nice. I guess we do the fold space. Yeah, so we'll use fold space. Now where we go, I think we want to hold off on this, but I think we just do Swordmaster. Yeah, so we'll send our troop up here to Swordmaster, which will cost 7 because of our leader's ability. So we trash this, we draw a card. Let's see what we get. Okay, well, we got the initiate. She allows us to draw a card, so I think we're gonna get that traveling one. So then we'll recruit our 3rd agent here. So now we got our 3rd agent. So now we can start working on the other things. And is that it? I think so. Yeah. So we'll go into the prince's turn. Where will they go? Nobody knows. Okay, let's see here. See where they go. Oh, harvest spice. So they're gonna go to the one with the most, but they're both at 2. So total space. So I believe it's this one. So they're gonna get 4. So that'll just bring them up to a big 5. And so deploy up to 2 troops from garrison, so they don't have any. Okay. Let's see what the count is going to do. So they're gonna harvest spice, excuse me. So total is with the most bonus, so it would be here. So they're gonna get 3. And they get to deploy, so they're gonna deploy their dreadnought. Okay. So we did both of these. And now we will go to our turn. Well, I mean, if we can try and win that conflict too. Because they're at, what, 3, right? So dreadnoughts are 3. Now we have the initiate, so Hmm. We could go to tech negotiation, even though we don't have any spice. We could get a persuasion and set a discount to where when we do hit that the recall freighter, we'll have a discount. So that would only cost 3 less using the negotiation. So we would keep our 2 spice, which will allow us to use our signet ring. Yeah, I like that. So we're gonna play the initiate, which will allow us. So our agent is gonna go here, and I don't go to that space too often. Let me just make sure I'm not. But I think that's pretty much what that does. Yeah, acquire 1 tech at a spice, discount 1, or send a negotiation to the planet X. During a reveal turn, gain 1 persuasion if you have an agent here. Yep. So, um, we'll send a tech negotiation. She allows us to draw a card, which is going to be that freighter fleet. So now we have that, and I don't think there's anything else we need to do, or we get. So we're just building up. Or, that would be free. That we could afford, the invasion ships. We flip it, discard a card. Enemy agents don't block your agents this turn. That's kind of cool. And that's going to give us 5 troops. Or 4 troops. Yeah, we may do that. We may do that. So we still want to try and get in the conflict, right? Yeah, if we can. All right, so let's go to the agents, or the the rival's turn. So Prince, you're up. Let's see what you do. You are going to harvest spice. Send an agent to the space with the most bonus spice or total. If no spaces have bonus, reveal another card. So no, there's no bonus spice, so we reveal another one. And he's going to do tech negotiation. Good thing we went there. So we skip fold space. So they're going to go to fold space, which will be right here. They increase their influence 1, and that will gain them a victory point. Okay. So we did that. Let's see what the count does. All right, still suits. So, so they will gain an influence with the Freeman and deploy up to 2 troops from McGarry's. Oh, okay, so they don't have. Cool. Okay, so that's not that bad. So. Okay. Well, good thing we have our extra troop now. So let's see what we want to do. I think I want to do the. Now the freighter fleet. If we reveal this, if we travel to here now, let's just say we do smuggling. We would go ahead and get the bonuses, get this stuff. Um, this, we could go up one. Now here, interstellar shipping. I wonder if we do interstellar shipping, if we go 2, can we do like go down and then go one more up, right? Yeah, so we can recall and then advance. Okay. Or, or, hmm. But see, we're not going to be in the conflict, so he's at 3, he's done. So if he were to draw, let's say on average 2 swords, say he'll go up to 5. If we go to like Arakeen, we would get total of 3, 2 from here and 1 from that. So we'd be at 6, potentially winning that conflict. 2, also get the freighter icons. We may be bouncing up that track like crazy. Is that worth it? Are we doing a freighter game here? I mean, I've been wanting to do this, but it's starting to point towards that. Um, and we have a dagger just in case. I mean, we could go ahead and use our signet ring because sometimes I do a lack, or I tend to not be as aggressive with the factions, and that's like the best way to get points, victory points. And doing, if we did the signet ring, go to, we'll say interstellar shipping. If we went with the training drones, we would have the 2 spice and utilize the ring ability to gain influence. We'd also gain influence there. But we would lose this. So yeah, I think we're still doing conflict here. I mean, okay, I love intrigue cards, so we could go to Carthag. Because they like to throw wrenches in things and they can really be helpful. So yeah, maybe we do that and just forego the signet ability for now. Yeah, okay, so yep. A little bit of analysis there, AP, but I'm trying to play this better and get better at it. So then we could, once we get more influence, I think I want to do Freeman and Spacing Guild. So, alright, let's go to Carthag. So using the Signet Ring. So we're going to gain we get to deploy troops into the combat zone, and we get to deploy 2 more. So we'll be at 6 strength. We also get to draw an intrigue card, so these are always fun. Expedite, look at this. So pay a spice to go up again. This is like, this is definitely a freighter game. So that's cool to have. Okay, is that everything? Yeah. Now, let's see how much. We're not going to have. Oh, well, we get 1 persuasion from there. Um, but I think things are changing. Let's go ahead and let's use the what is this? The family token. Let's go ahead and um, wipe the board. Or wipe the Imperium row. Family Atomics. Yeah, let's just go ahead. I want more variety here, and these cards I just aren't doing it. So let's see what we get. Let's bring up a. Let's bring up the chroma key here. Show you guys what cards we're gonna get. Okay. So first one is going to be Spice Trader. 4 blue yellow agent icons. If you have 2 Freeman influence, which we said we kind of want to start working on, we can discard a card to gain 2 spice. Okay. 2 and a sword. Not bad. Let's see here. Next card is Guild Administrator 2, Spacing Guild, Yellow Agent, Trash card 1. So a nice cheap 2-cost card. Ooh. Sayadina. 3 BG Freeman icons, 3 water to gain a victory point. So spend 3 to gain Freeman Bond, 3 persuasion. Interesting. It's been wanting us to do Freeman Bond too, but I'm trying to focus here. Opulence, 6 Emperor, 3 Solari, or 1 persuasion and spend 6 to gain a victory point. Wow. Okay. Okay. Seeing a lot of cards I've never seen before here. So, local fence 3. Blue agent icon. Spend 2 spice to gain 5, or spend 5 Solari to gain 4 spice. Now that is interesting. So better variety, I think, of cards. Excuse me 1 second. All right. Let's bring that back down. Okay. Okay, so we are done with the agents, so let's go into revealing convincing argument for 2 persuasion. 2 persuasion. We also get the additional 1 from the negotiation, a dagger, and then we have our freighter fleet. I think I could discard one of those with its ability, right? When you discard a card or when you trash the card. Right, yeah, because it's during the reveal, so, well, I guess we gamble here. I think we'll get rid of the dagger for that, right? So this is unload because it has both the discard or trash. So boxes of some are marked with the unload. This indicates 2 additional ways to gain the effect of the reveal box. Oh, so can we discard the freighter? Oh wait, Mm, I don't think you can do it to itself, right? Oh, so yeah, it does not itself provide the option to discard or trash it. You must use other means to do so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so all right. So this is what we'll do. We will. I think that's how that. So discard the card of our choice from our hand. So we'll discard the dagger. Or do I just want to trash it? Actually, I think we'll trash dagger. Right? Yeah. I don't know if that's smart, but I like to thin out my deck to do the freighter icon. So we will recall it. So then we will get 2 spice. We're gonna get 2 spice. Um, we'll then get 2 troops. They go to the garrison. Increase our loyalty. Um, let's go Freeman, and then we'll go up one. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. And then we will do the tech icon, getting a -2 discount plus this one. So we'll return that. So 3 discount, utilizing the 2 spice, and let's get this. Yeah, let's get this invasion ships. So that's gonna give us 4 additional troops in our garrison. So we are looking strong there. And then we can also use this in other turns to discard a card, flip it, discard. Enemy agents don't block your agents this turn. That's pretty dope. Okay, so I think we got everything on that. So yeah, all right. So then we have 5 persuasion total. Um, yeah. So spice traders, we're getting up there. Well, we have the influence now. So yeah, I think I do. So yeah, so we'll buy the spice trader, and the new card is going to be satellite man. So 5, Space and Guild Freeman icons. Discard a card to gain a spice and a water. 1 persuasion, retreat up to 2 of your troops. Not bad. Okay, so double check our combat strength 6. That's got 3. Okay, so clean up. Then we will go into combat. So hopefully we win this. Let's bring this over and see. So I'm going up against the Count. So let's see what he gets. I'm hoping that he gets 2 or less. But who knows? So, alright, 2. Okay, cool. So there is combat. So we were lucky enough to win that. So that means we can do freighter twice. Now here is, do we go up once to get the money and go back down, or the spice? Because we do have expedite. Or do we just, yeah, I think we go up 2. So let's go 1, 2. We'll get another troop. Holy cow. And then second place we'll get an intrigue card. And water. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Okay, so these will go away. This will go back to the garrison, the dreadnought. And I believe that will be it for this. Bring that back down. Okay, so makers, bonus spice, 2 agents there, so just 1 here. And then let's, so Mintat's back, recall agents. So 1, 2 here, and 1, 2 here. I think I might start playing with a different color for AI, because the brown sometimes it camouflages with the board. And then 1, 2 here. Oh, 3. Yeah, 3. There we go. Okay. And then first player token, we'll go back over to the prince. So next round, we're moving right along here, doing some work. Conflict is going to be Siege of Arakeen. A victory point and the control marker, and second place gets 4. Maybe we'll try and get second place. I don't know, we got a lot of troops, so we better use them. So let's draw the 5, so we'll have to whoops, signet ring. We'll have to reshuffle. Glad I remember that. Game, so it's not a fast-paced game, but I'm sure once you, with me explaining the rules and just talking along with y'all, or figuring out what I want to do a little bit longer, but I like to kind of tell y'all what I'm thinking so it's not too boring. A lot of people in the videos and stuff, they just kind of like, oh, I'm going to go here and we'll go here. They don't actually explain why they're doing it, so I think it's more fun to do that. So yeah, let's draw our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get Spice Trader, nice. The Initiate, Signet Ring, Convincing Argument, and Reconnaissance. Okay. So let's go to the prince's turn. What will they do? Let's see. They will. Oh, this is the churn. So this is a bonus card that doesn't take up an opponent's turn or act as is combat. Always do not do the indicated replacements, then draw another. So this is the trash. So trash and replace the third and fourth cards in the Imperium row, then draw another. So trash and replace the third and fourth cards. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's getting rid of Sayadini and the Guild Administrator. So I'm not sad to see those. Then we'll replace them. We get a full scale assault. So these are the Emperor's like special ops. This gives you a dreadnought if you buy it. It's got the Emperor blue agent icons. Gives you 2 troops. It has 2 persuasion and 3 red swords for each of your dreadnoughts in the conflict. So that is a strong card, as it should be, for like the military part of it. And then we have the Imperium ceremony. 6 Emperor Spacing Guild green agent icon. Look at the top 2 cards of the entry deck. Keep one and put the other back on top. 3 persuasion. Some very powerful cards. Alright, so we did that. So now we do another one because this doesn't count. And they are going to do Fold Space or Interstellar. So their influence with the Spacing Guild is 2. 2, yep. So 2 plus. Advance on the shipping track or recall the freighter if it is at the second space. So do this twice. So it's going to go 1 and 2. So yeah, with the rivals, they only ever go to the oh wait, do they go to the second? Maybe they stop there. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, until it reaches the second. Right, so yeah, so it just moves up 2. Okay, so we did that one. Okay, so now let's see. Oh, I guess we should actually put their darn agent icon there. Goodness. Let's see what the count is going to do. Conspire. So he is going up to Conspire, and they will get an increase to influence. So he'll go up to get a victory point now. So he's up, and they will get 2 troops. So they recruit troop 2, and it's not a combat space, so it's going to go in here. So he's building his forces up too. We'll check both of these. Alright, so then it will go to my turn. So I think I like this setup better with the companion app. I think it just kind of gives a little bit more flavor and it's easier. So okay, so where are we at? Oh, we got Spice Trader. So that'll give us some spice. Oh, sorry, and the next card tile showing in the middle is Disposal Facility. It gives you the reward of trashing a card, and then reveal turn. If you have 6 influence or more, you may trash one of your cards in play. Or 6 persuasion or more, you may trash one of your cards in play. Yeah. So I do like this Spice Trader. And then that'll allow us, we'll get 2 spice. Enemy agents don't block your agent. We could do invasion ships to get up to we have to discard a card. But we could do interstellar shipping. Go ahead and knock that off, which will give us, we could get 2 spice, get a -1. Then if we play this, we would get 2 more. If we, yeah, okay, cool. So this is what we'll do. We're gonna play Spice Trader, which is cool. So if you have 2 influence, you can discard a card to get 2 spice. So our agent is going to go. So we're gonna flip the invasion ships, which means we have to discard a card. Yeah, I want to keep my persuasion. And we'll have enough to go back up. So we're going to discard the initiate. I know it's weird, but so that will allow us to go up here. And then we will, yeah, I think we can do all of this in any order. That's what I like about this, the reveal, or the agent box. You may carry out all these effects in any order. Alright. So, here's what we'll do. We're going to go up 2. So, up 1, then recall it. We're going to get 2 spice. Get the 2 spice. Then we're going to get two troops into our garrison. We're really ready for war. We get to increase our loyalty. Okay, so Freeman is okay for now. I think I want to get up on the Emperor track, right? Yeah. So we'll go up on the Emperor track. Then we're going to use the -2 discount to acquire a tech icon or a tech tile. Oops, that should go over to the discard. Now here's the thing. If I go ahead and do this now, discard a card, I can get the 2 spice. So if I did this first, let's say I discarded reconnaissance. I get 2 more spice. Then I could get spaceport. And then my cards go on top of my deck. Or training drones. Yeah, we have enough troops right now, so I like spacecraft. So let's go ahead. So before we do that, let's utilize our spice trader, right? But if we do that, we're going to get a total of 4 spice. We can afford to buy that, but then we wouldn't be able to utilize our expedite and our signet ring. And that's going to give us a victory point when we get up here. But we get 2 more cards. And that's pretty strong. And we can always do this later, so yeah. Let's discard. So first, we'll do the discard. Let's discard reconnaissance to gain 2 spice. Then we do the ability up there. So we got our 2 spice, did our influence. Then we'll spend 4. minus 2 discount, so 3. Nice, so we do have one left. Cool. To get spaceport. Okay. Just put that on top for now, since we found. And then we draw 2 cards. So that's his bonus, which will give us a convincing argument and an experimentation. Nice. And I think that's it. So the new card displaying for the tile is Sonic Snoopers. The reward is when you buy it, you get an intrigue. You can trash this, put any number of your intrigue cards on the bottom of the intrigue deck, then draw that many. Okay, so is that everything? That was a pretty good turn. Yeah, okay. Cool. Oh yeah, we need to reset these. All right, yeah, I'm actually getting really excited about this game compared to the last, just because of some of the stuff that's happening. And it's funny how sometimes this, a lot of board games, like, you have a certain strategy that you want to try and do, and yeah, we kind of focused on getting the Swordmaster. I try and always do that, but I'm not doing the Tiliax research as much now. I'm just falling into freight, and it's just with the cards that were dealt and how we're doing things. But if I have the opportunity, which I don't know if I have enough persuasion, I want to try and get full scale assault, because that card is bonkers good. Okay, so let's go over to the prince's turn. Let's see what they're gonna do. All right, research station. So this is one of the new tiles overlays, so they're gonna go there. And this says advance 2 spaces on the Tailo track, gain any bonuses on the new spaces. So this is gonna go 1, 2, and they get an intrigue card. So that will go right there. Okay. And then deploy up to 2 more troops from the garrison to the conflict. They don't have any troops. Apologies for my pups going crazy if you can hear them. Okay, so that will be it. Now we'll see what the count does. They're going to still suits. I think they went there last time. And they will gain a loyalty, so they're going to go up 1 victory. So they're tied with us now. And deploy up to 2 troops from the garrison of the conflict. So they're going to deploy their dreadnought, because they always do that first. They have it, and 1 more. 3, 4, so they're up to 5 strength. Okay, so we did both of those, and let's go to my turn. Take that out. All right, so we have the expedite. We can just do that if we want, but we also have our signet ring, so I think we're going to utilize that. And the conflict. So yeah. All right, so I think we're going to play our signet ring. And wait a second, what did we do? Oh, is it because I'm last? hold the phone. I know I have an extra worker, but did I? Did I skip myself? No. So we have 1, 2. Right, so we're okay, yeah. Alright, so signet ring. We will. We're going to go to the conflict. Well, we have 2 influence now, so that's going to help. So, yeah, I think we go here. We're going to go to Untitled Chapter, which will get us a troop. So we deploy a troop, and then we can take 2 here. It's going to put us at 6 strength. We also get a water. And we'll utilize our ring ability. Pay a spice, gain 1 influence from a faction where an opponent has more than you. So let's go, where are we at? Yeah, right up here to the Emperor. So we're going to get a victory point for that. I think I do like Duke. Yeah. Okay. And is that everything? I think so. Yes. So now they're out of agents, so we'll go back to my turn. And so sitting right now, there's a high probability. I don't know. Let's utilize our thing here. Let's inspect the discard. See how many big things are here. So there's that 6 sword. And then if we were to go back and kind of expect what's left, we got a 4 sword in there. So we have to account for that potentially. And a couple of 2 swords. So yeah. We may have to just deploy more troops, because that's going to get us an extra victory point too. So yeah, let's play experimentation. Let's bring back down the thing here. So we will go to. I think we're going to go to the basin. It's a little wasteful, but we'll still get 2 spice. So pay the water. We'll get 2 spice. Ooh, slippery spice. And then we can deploy up to 2 troops. So we'll bring. Is that overkill? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nah, that's fine. We should be using our troops anyways because we had so many in the garrison. Yeah, put that many out there. Okay, and now spice. Do I want to go ahead and use this expedite? I think so. So yeah, let's go ahead and spend a spice. And we'll use the intrigue expedite to increase our freight. So we'll go up 1 there. Okay. All right, so we'll go into the. Oh, and I get to research. So let's go up here. Ooh, I don't have any. Can I pull troops from? Double check. Whatever this. Take a troop from your supply. Well, we may go down into the advance. Double checking. I don't think I can pull from my garrison. Yeah, you can't recruit more until some return yet, so. Okay. So yeah, we'll go down to here, which is fine. We'll go up on the track here. And that will be it. So we'll move to our reveal. And so we have 2 convincing arguments for 4 persuasion. Man, if I only had one more. well, that's fine. So specimens, we only have 2, so we can't afford anything there. But we do get to put the card on top that we get because of the spaceport. So, I mean, local fence seems okay. Could get Freeman. Sure, let's get this local fence. So we'll acquire this for 3, put it on top, and reveal new card, which is Worm Riders. Okay, so 6. Holy cow, this is pretty crazy too. The Freeman icon, the yellow icon, 2 spice, or it has the battle icon. So if you have 2 influence, you get +4 swords. Then if you have the alliance with Freeman, you get +2. So that's a pretty big deal there. Alright. So set combat strength we did. Clean up. We'll now go into combat. So let's bring up the AI's app. And let's see what they get for their bonus. Should be 4 swords. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm glad we put that extra one because he's at 9 now. So we win combat, so we'll get a victory point from there. We also get our control marker on the siege of Arakeen. These troops will go back to the supply. These 2 will go here, and he will get 4, which that should take him to the I think the threshold for also gaining a victory point. Yeah, so 4 Solari, and so he has 8, so he's gonna spend that 7 to go up a victory point. The Count's being a little sneaky. Alright, so let's reset the combat here. And we'll place spice markers there. That was weird. So the blue stack emulator I use, I've been showing you, it's pretty cool, but every so often it can be a little buggy. And when you utilize it in with OBS or video software, it can be a little wonky. So hopefully it's not going to glitch out. Because unfortunately, if that glitches out, so that's the disadvantage if you have your solitaire physical cards, nothing's going to change. But if that glitches out, I don't know. I think maybe it has a save point, so yeah, I think it does actually, because when I went into it, it said return the game or something, so hopefully it still has that. So we're on to the makers. So spice will be 1 here and 1 here, because there's an agent there. Alright, in game, no, not yet, but we're getting close. Min tap back, recall agents. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, right here, and 1, 2. Okay. And then first player token, Count will be first. Okay, so next turn, let's reveal the next conflict, and this is going to give them now their additional workers or agents. Things get a little bit more interesting and stronger. So we have Siege of Carthage. We've got a victory point, a control marker. Second place gets intrigue and spice. So still got troops in our garrison. So this game we've been kind of balancing the conflicts. So I think that's one of the keys to doing well, at least against the rivals, is balancing that to get those bonuses if you can. All right. So it's going to be. So oh yeah, I think we turn this up again, and then we'll draw 5. 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get diplomacy, a dagger, the freighter fleet, experimentation, and the local fence. Okay. So count is up. Let's take a look at the screen here. And they will see where they go. Tech negotiation. So they're going here. And acquire tech tile or negotiate tech. So they have 3 spice. They get a -1 discount. So they're going to buy the most expensive, which would be training drones. So that'll cost them 2. So that will go there. The next one is artillery. So this card's cool. Reveal turn, you get +1 sword for each revealed card that provides 1 or more swords this turn. So it's kind of a small buff. And then let's see what. So for that tile for the AI, let's see here. Training drones. A rival will flip this during its turn at the first opportunity each round, including immediately when it acquires the tile. So yeah, it's going to get a troop immediately. So go to its garrison. And then it will go to our turn. Oh, well, we've got a spice. Local fence. We don't have enough yet for that. You could get 2 more going to the Imperial Basin. Could utilize experimentation. The up here, we could go up 1 and 2. I mean, artillery is kind of cool. We don't have many. Well, we do have a dagger. Try and get up there. So that's just going to be cost us nothing. The dreadnought, we don't have much money, but the local fence says if we spend 2 spice, we can get 5 Solari. And we could go about on there. Huh. And obviously we want to try and win a conflict too. We don't have enough water here. That's 5 spice, but we have other ways to acquire it. So I think we'll play experimentation, And we will go to interstellar shipping. Um, with that. So, yeah, these two I'm not too concerned with. The artillery, it's decent. So I think I want to try and get a dreadnought if I can too. I've got a dagger to get me there. So let's go up one, and then we're going to recall it. So we will get 2 troops to our garrison. We'll increase our loyalty and alliance. Who do I want to go with here? Now that bonus is going to get 3 when we get to it. 3 Solari. That's going to give us more troops, but we're good on troops. That's water, so... And then the dreadnought's going to cost us only 2. If we go there... So yeah, I think I go with the Spacing Guild. So I'll increase there. And then we'll get... Let's see here. 2 spies? Or 5? If we do the 5, that's going to give them a victory point. Because they'll have 7. We'll get 5. I think, yeah, we just do the 2 spies. So we'll get 2 spies. And then we also have the research icon. So we're going to go down here, which allows us to get a specimen and increase, which will give us a intrigue card, which is Bendu suspension. At the start of your turn, draw a card. You may pass your turn instead of taking an you may pass your turn instead of taking an agent or reveal turn. Huh. What? That is crazy. Let me look this card up. I've got my FAQs up now. Surely there's a question on it. So, somewhere. Let's just look it up on the forums. That card, see these entry cards. Let's look this up. One card called the Bindu Suspension gives you the option to pass your turn. an agent turn into a pass. Probably most useful if you're wanting to see how the conflict is shaping up before committing troops, informing how you play your. Okay. Yeah, that card is a little weird, but. Okay, interesting. Sorry, that's a card like that, man. That's like the entry card out of everything. It's like what the heck is going on? All right, so let's go to the prince's turn. Let's see what they do. They're gonna harvest spice, so fortunately they're gonna take that big one, but we don't have the water for it anyway, so they're gonna get 5 spice. So they're up to 10, but we're not on conflict 3 yet, so they're gonna hoard it until we get there for tactiles. Oh, so now let's see what the count does. Oh, turn. Here we go. So trash and replace the 3rd and 4th cards in the Imperium row, then draw another. Oh, 3. So that's going to get rid of full scale assault and the Imperium ceremony. But that was an expensive card, but it was pretty big. So we get Imperial Shock Trooper. Cost 3. No bonus effects here, but the reveal is you get 1 persuasion, 2 swords. If you have an agent on a Emperor board space, you get +3. Okay. I really like the Emperor cards. And then we have Imperial Spy. 2 Emperor Icon. Trash this card to get an intrigue. 1 and a sword. 1 persuasion and a sword. I do like that Shock Trooper. Okay, so then now we draw another card, and they're gonna go to secrets. Down over here, and we just increase their influence. There. Got it. Okay. Let's go to my turn. Alright, so what do we want? I think we wanted a dreadnought. But we also need to get money for it. So we have the local fence. Allows us to go to a blue, which we probably want to do the so here, since we have the control marker, if we go there, we get 1 Solari, a troop, and a card. If we go here, we'll get a troop, a water, so, but we want to try and get our, I mean, we have enough troops though, so if we go to the dreadnought space, but we wouldn't have any money. We could go to fold space, get the alliance token, get 3 money, get a victory point. But then the next turn would be our dreadnought and we wouldn't be in the conflict. So let's play local fence. So it allows us to go to a blue. So yeah, I think we do the bonus here. So we're gonna get a troop deployed. We'll take 2 more from the garrison. draw a card, which is going to be the liaison, and get a Solari. One Solari. And then also it has the conversion. So get trade 2 spice for 5 or 5 for 4. So we're going to trade 2 spice to get 5 Solari. Not bad. Yeah, so put that there. All right, so let's go over to the prince's turn. Let's see what they're gonna do. They will do. Okay. So he has 2 loyalty with the Spacing Guild, so he would do interstellar shipping, but we're there. So I think we draw another card. Yeah. Interesting, but yeah, I think that's because we have an agent there. Because they're not going to do the lower one. So let's draw another card. Carthag. So yeah, they will go to Carthag. So going here, they will recruit and deploy to the conflict. They don't have anything else in their garrison. Advance 1 space on the track. So they're going up 1. And trash and replace the right card in the Talaxo row. The Talaxo row, which will be the Beguiling Pheromones. And the new one will be Gola. 3 specimen. It's got the blue agent icon graph. This card has the same agent box as the other grafted card. Wow, okay. And then it has 1 persuasion and 1 sword. So it just doubles down on the agent box. That is pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Fortunately, right now we have blank ones, but we could do like a local fence. Wow, so do it twice? That would be cool. Okay, so then there's that one. Let's see what the count is going to do. Carthag, somebody's already there. Because we don't want him in the conflict. So here's where it runs out. So we reshuffle and draw. So it gives you the option down here. So we'll hit that. There's a little draw there, a little shuffle. Alright, conspire. So they will gain 1. They're moving up on the Emperor. And then recruit 2. So their garrison's starting to get full. Okay, and I think that was his last icon, or his last agent. 1, 2, and then yeah, that he's going to conspire. 3. So we don't have to worry about him in the conflict this turn, so that's good. Alright, let's go back down to my turn. So I think we go for the Dreadnought. It's going to cost us just 2. Have to spend a spice. To get that artillery, but Sonic Snoopers. Maybe we do Sonic Snoopers because I don't really want to play Bendu Suspension. It's kind of a weird card, and that'll give us one. So, in artillery right now, we have troops. So yeah, okay. Let's use the dagger, and then we'll go to the dreadnought. So it's going to cost us 2 because of our ability. Um, so yeah, we'll have a total of 4 after that. Oops, there we go. And our dreadnought. So we finally got a dreadnought. We'll go to our garrison. Then, oh crap, we don't have. Why did I think we could? Thought I had a discount there, but I guess not. That's fine. So we'll get the artillery. We'll spend a spice because we don't. I don't think I want to waste it. So yeah, to get this tactile artillery. And then the new one is flagship. Cost 8, but you get a victory point. You can flip it. Pay, is that flip? Pay 4 to get 3 troops? Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be too powerful. It was flip to gain 4 and get 3 troops. So, okay. Alright. So, depending on what the prince does, let's see, we're at 6 strength and he's at 2. Hopefully he doesn't get any more conflicts. So let's see what he does. He will. Oh, well, there's the interstellar shipping, but we're already there. So next one. Ooh, Arakeen. Well, we're already there. Tech negotiation. Somebody's already there. Harvest spice. Oof. Yeah, so. Well, he doesn't have anything in garrison, so. He'll go here, because that's a bonus. He's going to get 2 spice. He is stacking up on spice. And deploy up to 2 troops from the garrison, which he doesn't have. Okay. So out of agents, out of agents, out of agents. So we'll go into the reveal. So we have diplomacy, a liaison, and the freighter fleet. Now, here is the question. I would like, oh, and we have specimens now, so let's go ahead and utilize that. Let's spend the 3 specimens, and we'll get this Gola. And then the spaceport allows us to just put it on top of the deck, which is great. We'll replace that with Face Dancer. This is a cool one. 2 specimen, Emperor Spacing Guild Freeman, Graft, draw a card, and 1. I think this is a decent card because it's only 2. It has all of these icons. It allows you to graft a draw, and it's got 1 persuasion, so I think it's a decent one. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to bounce back up on the freighter by trashing a card or discarding a card? I think that's, yeah, that's what that means, right? The unload thing kind of is a reveal box with unload is triggered in any of 3 situations during a reveal turn as usual, when you discard the card or when you trash the card. Oh, okay, so that. So did we goof up there and during your reveal? So if we just reveal this, I think we go, right? Or if we were to discard the card or when you trash the card. Okay, so all right, that makes more sense. So then that means I guess we'll change something here. We trashed the dagger, so I don't think we were supposed to actually do that. I'll try and make a note of that in the comments, and we'll correct it. So we'll put the dagger back in my discard. Hopefully, I don't think that would have changed anything because we still would have just been able to do that like we did. So yeah, so that just means okay. I like that better. So we'll just go up one. Um, so that makes more sense then. And then three. So yeah, we're gonna get the Imperial Shock Trooper. Um, I like the art on this, so let's bring this up on the chroma. That's a sick looking card. Uh, so that's like some advanced flamethrower, it looks like. And then the bonuses on it are pretty sick. So it kind of incentivizes you to go over to the Emperor if you can. So we'll acquire that for 3. Reveal the next card, which is Shifting Alliances. 3 green yellow agent icons. Uh, is that gain 1 and lose 1 influence? Choose any one of the. And gaining 2 influence, you can't choose. Oh, okay. So lose an influence and 2 spice to go up twice on an influence. That's cool. So if you get too high on one, you could go down 1 to help with another one. So appropriately named, and 2 persuasion. Okay. All right. So that will be the reveal turn. So we set our strength to 6. And let's go to combat. So let's go and see what the prince is going to get. Hopefully he doesn't get one of those big ones. I think there are some 6 ones in here, so let's see. Okay, so nothing. So we win combat here, so we're going to get a victory point. We also get the control marker on Carthag. I don't think that applies now. It's only when agents go to it to get the bonus. They will get an intrigue card. So that's their second, I believe. And a spice. They are loaded with spice, man. They're up to 13. Alright, so these will go away. This will go away. These get reset. And that will be it for combat. Okay, we'll do the makers. So only 1 extra spice here. And in game, no, getting there though. Mentat, recall agents. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. I thoroughly enjoy this game. It's pretty balanced, and the solitaire is, especially with the app and everything, it's smooth. It's really good, and it's exciting. You know, you got uh, quite a variety of cards. They all do different things. The expansion adds so much more to your analysis paralysis. Pretty solid. There's a big, well, it's not anymore. I think this takes the cake, but at the times when this game was released, there was the other game, which I also have, is Arnak, and both good games. We'll have to put that one on the channel too, because it has additional expansions with new adventurers, so and new boards too and everything. But in my opinion, that's a couple of steps lower than this. I think it's just a tad more fiddly. I don't know. I guess that's opinion, but this one seems pretty smooth. All right, so let's go to the next round. So next conflict is going to be Sort Through the Chaos. So first place gets Mentat, Intrigue, 2 Solari. Second gets Intrigue and 2 Solari. Well, we've got our garrison stacked up, so we will be doing good there. So let's draw. Obviously, we know we're getting Gola and the Shock Troopers. Let's shuffle these up. Let's cut and draw 3 more. So we've got the Freighter Fleet, the Dagger, and the Initiate. Good assortment there. And we'll have to remember how the unload icon works. So the Gola can copy the agent box. So for right now, it could draw me an extra card, which is pretty good. And did we pass the... I don't think we did the first player token, right? So yeah, go to me. Okay. What do we want to do? Well, we want to try and utilize our conflicts if we can. We also are kind of moving up on the chome over there. Freighter track. We also have the Shock Trooper. So getting closer to the Emperor Alliance and being on there will really increase our odds with conflicts. We don't have any spies, but I mean, I think we're still pointing towards the freighter. We could go up, we could do interstellar shipping, go up once, then recall, get 2 troops, increase our loyalty, get some spies. Or we can try and hit the sonic snoopers, go up to the top, and get that added bonus. We're gonna definitely have to probably go into a conflict, so because we have our Shock Trooper, we don't want to waste that. I guess right now it's, do we want to go ahead and go to the top there, or just, yeah, we might as well. All right, so what we'll do is we're going to do grafting, which allows you to combine. So we're going to use the Gola and the Initiate. So here's the thing. I don't have any blue agent icons, but I'm going to draw 2 cards. I think there's a good probability we go, because if not, maybe we'll get a Freeman, so we can always go here to get those out. So yeah, that's fine. So let's send an agent up to interstellar shipping. So we'll go up 2. And then we will draw 2, since he gains the same benefit. First one will be experimentation. Second one will be a dagger. Well, that'll still allow us to go to the basin for deploying troops, so that's fine. And we have 2 daggers too, so that's good. Okay, so we'll just put those there. Alright, let's see what the prince is going to do. Let's pull this up. So prince will do the dreadnought. So he's going to go there. They will acquire a dreadnought. Buy a tactile. Well, yeah, he's got the money, so he's going to do the most expensive one, which is flagship. And we're not at conflict 3 yet, so he still has that. So he's going to spend 8. And he'll get flagship. So, oh, you know what? I think, did we miss that last turn? I don't think. I don't think it would have mattered what it would give him another troop. For activating the. Let's see. Activating the training drones. Just another thing we have to remember. So, go ahead and flip that. Give him another troop. Sure, let's make it harder because I can't remember. We'll give him another one just because I don't think we did it last round. So that'll just go to his garrison. All right, so then let's check. So flagship, they're gonna get the. I think they get the bonus. Let me double check. Pretty sure they do. Whenever a rival sends an agent to a combat space, if it has 4 Solari and at least 3 troops in its supply, it will spin the Solari and flip this tile to recruit and deploy 3 troops. Yeah. So he'll get the bonus, the victory point. And then going forward, they have the Solari and they also have the troops. So if they get deployed to a combat zone, combat space, they will get 3 troops. I'm glad they have the rules because you can reference it to see what each one of these do. So, yep, we did that. All right, let's see what the Count's gonna do. Inspire. He's really going to Emperor, so he will increase his loyalty there. So they don't get the bonuses here unless they change that, but he will get the Emperor Alliance token. And I think that also will increase to a victory point. Yeah, so but we can always take that away. So they will get 1 for that. And then they recruit 2. So they're getting, he's getting built up over here. Whew. Okay, let's go to my turn. Alright, so we did interstellar shipping. We want to keep our shock trooper for battle. We have 2 daggers with artillery, so there's a good chance we'll still win the conflict. So that kind of leaves experimentation. I mean, we have freighter fleet, but it's not going to do as much as the bonus for here, so yeah, so I mean, we could just go here to smuggling, get the bonuses here, because that's really helping. We could get our sonic snoopers. Yeah. But we forgo the conflict, but then we could if we have to use freighter fleet to go to one of these. So that would work out too, I guess. So yeah, so let's use experimentation. We'll go to smuggling. We'll get a Solari. So just get a 5er here. So we'll recall. So we'll go ahead and get we'll get Sonic Snoopers with the -2 discount, which will give us an intrigue card, which is going to be Chom shares. 7 to gain a victory point. So yeah. And then the new one's going to be Memo Quarters, which is 2. You get increased influence for the reward, and then in game, 3 influence or more on all 3 influence or more on all 4 influence tracks. You get a victory point. Okay, so then let's keep going down before we forget that. We're gonna get 2 troops, increase our influence. Ooh. Oh, we could go ahead and get the. Yeah, let's. But if we go here, let me double check something here. So, if we go to Space and Guild, we'll go ahead and get the Alliance token and the 3. Whereas, if we go to Emperor, we're going to be 1 below, but if we hit our ring, we'll be able to go to 1 more. And then if we pass him, we'll gain that token back, and he'll lose the victory, and we'll gain the victory point. But the 3 money is going to get us up to 8, which we could go spend for the shares to get a victory point. So that's going to get us 2. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, let's go up here. We'll gain the Spacing Guild, which gives us a victory point. We'll get 3 Solari. So we're up to 8. And then our other bonus, I don't want to give them more, so I'll just take the 2 spice. Yeah, we'll get the 2 spice. For sure. Okay. And then we have experimentation. Now we can go to either of these 2 tracks, and then we get our first like column bonus, which gives us the DNA symbol, and we get to put these on top of our deck, but we have spaceport, so but if we go here, that'll skip again to there, give us 1 more Solari, which then will get us down here to increase our influence again. Yeah, let's try that. Let's go down here, utilizing the research icon, and this has 1, so we skip again. So that will get us 1 more Solari. Okay. And let's go ahead and use the Sonic Snoopers. Trash this, put any number of your entry cards on the bottom of the entry deck, then draw that many. Well, we now have 6, 7, 8, 9 Solari. Chome Shares is, I mean, we're moving up pretty high. That's going to get us another victory point. Is it worth it, or do we want to get 2 new ones? I think it's worth it, so let's go. So first we'll spend the 7. We're going to do Chome Shares, increase my victory point for 7. Yeah, let's just go ahead. Let's trash the Sonic Snoopers, even though it's only 1. Put any number of your entry cards on the bottom and draw that many. So let's just be an intrigue. So let's see what we get. Water of Life. So we can spend a water and a Solari to draw 3. Okay, I like that better than the other card we had. Alright, let's go to the Prince's turn. That was a good turn for us. Let's see what he's gonna do. He will go to selective breeding. So he will increase his influence with the BG, going up 1 victory point. So he's starting to gain a little bit. Let's see what the count will do. Dreadnought. Somebody's already there. So, next one. Wealth. Wow, he's really liking the Emperor, so he will gain an influence. We may not be taking the Emperor icon, or alliance token, away from him. Okay, so now well, yeah, so freighter fleet, I think we use this, so yeah, so we'll play freighter fleet because now we're at the bottom again, so we will go to Imperial Basin, which will give us a spice, and we get to deploy troops, so we get to deploy our dreadnought and um, one additional. So we're up to 5. Okay. Now, if nobody else goes into conflict with us, wait a minute, are all of them out? Wait a minute. Maybe I don't. One. Oh no. Yeah, they still have one more turn. Okay. So, but if nobody goes to the conflict zones, spaces, then we're set. But if I'm not too worried about, well, the prince maybe, but we do have. Okay, well, we have Imperial Shock Trooper, a dagger, and a dagger. So it's highly likely we're going to still win. So let's see what happens here. Prince is up. So let's check that just because. Alright, so he's going to still suits. So he will go down here. He will get a victory point for the reputation. He's starting to get up there. And he will deploy up to 2 troops. The garrison. So he's at 3 strength now. Alright, let's see what the count does. Ooh, Imperium turn. So trash and replace the first and third cards in the Imperium row. First and third. I like how it gives you the little notifications too. So that's going to get rid of Worm Riders, but we don't have enough, so whatever. And that will get rid of Imperial Spy. The new cards will be a Guild Administrator, like before, and a Truthsayer. 3 Emperor BG, green agent icon, discard a card to draw a card, 1 and a sword, so nothing too crazy. Alright, so we draw again, see where he goes. Selective rating, somebody's already there. Imperium churn again. Trash and replace the 4th and the 5th. So that's getting rid of shifting allegiances, which I was wanting to see if I could get that, but and satellite ban. New cards will be assassination mission. These are those little tiny flying assassination things with a needle on the end. 1, when this card is trashed, gain 4 Solari, and then 1 Solari and a sword. And we get, another Emperor's, Sardaukar Infantry. So Sardaukar Infantry. So it cost 1, but these are the special ops for the Emperor. 1 persuasion and 2 swords. That's a really good cheap card, combat card. And he's going to Arakeen. Alright, so it was inevitable he's going to come into battle. Recruit and deploy 1 troop. And then deploy up to 2 more. So he's going to get his Dreadnought out. And another one. So he'll be up to 7. Ooh! Boy. Activate the signal ability, so he'll get 1 Solari. So this is going to be a battle right here. Oh, and that was Arakeen, so we also get a Solari for him going there. Gotta remember that. Alright, check, check, check. So, I think that is it for agents. Yes. So now we'll go into reveal. We are revealing the Shock Trooper and 2 daggers. And we have, oh yeah, I think we still might win this. So we have 1, 2 swords, 3, 4, and then we also have artillery, so we get +1 sword for each revealed card that provides 1 or more swords. So we're going to get an additional 3, so So 1, 2. We don't have an agent on the Emperor space, so we don't get the additional 3. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to put us up to 12 strength. And then we'll also get 1 persuasion. So hey, with that 1 persuasion, we're going to get the Sardaukar infantry, which works out perfectly. And that also goes on top because of our spaceport. Using the 1 persuasion there. Yeah, okay. Cool. So then we go into clean up. So we set our strength. Now we'll see what the rivals are going to get. So the first we're going to reveal for the prince. He's going to get 1. So he's definitely not winning this. Then we're going to reveal for the count, which is 2. 2. So we won that one. So we're going to get the Mentat, which is great. We're going to get an intrigue card, tiebreaker, 2 sword, or in-game 10 spice. Interesting. Is that where I think if there is a tie, like it goes by spice and everything? Yeah. Okay. So that helps with tiebreakers. Hence the name. Okay, let's take this away. And then we get 2 Solari. So we'll just get a 5er there. Second place, which is the Count, will get an intrigue card. So I think that is his second. Yeah, intrigue and 2 Solari. We'll go up to 4 here. Okay. Okay. So these troops go away. This troop goes away. Theirs go back, but we won with the Dreadnought. Reset these. I think we gotta place that. Choose one of the spaces where there is not already a Dreadnought. Place your Dreadnought on the flag below that space, covering any control markers that are already there. If your second Dreadnought was also in the conflict, return it. So, well, we've been winning a lot of conflicts, so yeah, we're gonna go right here to the Imperial Basin. Do you gain any? It's just like a marker, right? Control marker. And we get the defensive bonus too. So the next combat phase. Okay, cool. So we are doing pretty good here. We've got all of the control of the combat zones up there, which means if we go to another conflict, we will have defensive bonuses, and when they go there, we'll get their bonuses too. So yeah, conflict. Tell you what, it pays off. So then let's see, we returned all of that jazz. Makers. So 1 spice here. 1 spice here. They're making this layer, the spice. Okay. So check for endgame. Nope, but we're getting pretty close. I believe with the bonus, the Mentat, I keep it so we don't return it. Recall agents. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. First player marker. Go to the prints. And I guess we flip these, right? Yeah. Did we forget to do flagship? For the prints? I think we may have. I think we goofed up a bit here, but but he was still low, right? He was pretty low because he was at 3. If we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What was... And he was at 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. Alright, let's see if I can catch this one. Ugh. I gotta start remembering those dang tiles they have. It's kind of hard to remember once you start having all of that stuff. So they may have tied. I think they may have tied, so let's see here. Okay, well, we won it, but... So I think he had 2. I can't go back on my video, but you guys probably will see this. He had that, because he did deploy. He would flip this, spend 4 of it going to 1. He'd have 3 more troops. So he did not get a bonus, and he got 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he'd be at 9. He didn't get a bonus. 7, 8, 9. He'd be at 9. So I think I caught this, hopefully. Which means instead of him getting him getting an intrigue card, because they both get the 3rd if they tie. So this would come back, and then he would just get 2 more Solari. So yeah, hopefully I caught that. All right. So yeah, so those would go away. These would come back. Right. Okay. Cool. So I want to try and make sure that I play this right, because I'm doing well, and I don't want to be like, oh yeah, that should have happened. So yeah. Okay, so I think we caught that. So let's reveal the new conflict, which is now conflict 3. So I don't think they hoard spice anymore. Battle of Arakeen, which is up here. First place gets 2 victory points. That is big. And the control marker. Second, you choose 2. Intrigue, Spice, and Solari. Alright, so maybe we can end the game here if we do massive conflicts. Also, we forgot to replace that. So, okay, this guy's cool. This is a Talaxu Master 5. Persuasion, green, yellow agent icons. If you have the first DNA symbol, which we do, you may acquire a card that costs 6 or less. If you have the second one at the end, you put that card in your hand. Then it has, so this card is dope. Persuasion and 2 research. If the game goes another round after this, we may want to pick that up. And then let's draw our 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is a signet ring, spice trader, experimentation, convincing argument, and the infantry. Alright. And the spice trader also has a sword too. So let's try and get this conflict. Let's try and get a win here if we can. Alright. So this game's totally going opposite of the last game. And it's, I mean, a different strategy. We've been doing the chom a lot up here with the shipping. And we're winning conflicts. And we're staying above. So yeah, I think we're doing something right here. Okay, so the prince is going to go first. Let's see what they do. Let's pull up the companion. And they will go to Hardy Warriors. Alright, so we got one person going into battle. So they will go up 1 with Freeman. They're going to recruit and deploy 2 troops to the conflict area. And 2 more, so they're going to get a dreadnought. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're already up to 7 strength. No big deal for them. Let's see what the count does. Okay, interstellar shipping. Ronald doesn't have 2+ influence. He doesn't with the Spacing Guild. Reveal another card. Right? Yeah, because he's the lowest up there. So Carthag. All right, so we got another conflict. So we're gonna get a Solari from him going there. And recruit and deploy a troop. Deploy up to 2 more from the garrison. So the dreadnought and this one. So they're both at 7. It's gonna be a tough win here. Advance 1 space on the track. So he goes up 1, which gives him an intrigue card. So we're not gonna short him this time. Also, let's try and remember this. He'll do training drones at the beginning of the round, so he'll get another one. And then flagship. So yeah, we need to remember this because he just went there. So he's going to do flagship. He has 4. So this is going to be kind of tough then. Flip style to recruit and deploy 3. Yep. So he's going to deploy 3 more. Oh. So we'll go up to 13. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so then we also trash and replace the right card in the row. So that's going to trash the Face Dancer. And the new one will be a Contaminator. So 1 specimen. It's got the Freeman icon. It allows you, advances the track on the Talax track, and 1 Persuasion. Nice little card. Okay, so let's go to our turn. So we want to try and win this conflict. So we want to try and get mass troops. Now, The highliner costs 6 spice, but that's going to give us 5 troops and 2 water. So, I think the only way to compete with this, we do have tiebreaker, which is going to give us 2 swords, which will give us 1 from artillery, so that's already 3 there. Then we have the infantry, which is going to give us 2 plus 1 more, so that's 3, that's 6. This may be my biggest conflict strength battle, potentially. Now, okay, so we have Spice Trader. He has 1, but he can give us, if we discard a card, we can get 2 spice that way. Also, we have our Dreadnought at the Imperial Basin, which will give us 2 spice if we go there. So, if they don't go to Highliner, let's see if that's in the, I can't remember. I'm sure that's one of the spaces. Let's see the discard. Is Highliner on here? I don't see it. Let's go to the deck. Ooh, there's Highliner right there. Ooh. So, but we do have invasion ships. So we can always, that's going to come in if we have a backup plan to that. If he does decide to go there. Or if one of them goes there, we can still go there. So, yeah, I think we do that. All right. I think that's the play, to get more spice, then hit up Highliner. Yeah. I believe that's what we do. I think that's the play. 2, 5. I mean, we could do this shipping again. Go up 1. Bounce back down, get 2 spice by that. Yeah. Alright, so I think we're going to play Spice Trader. We're going to try and win this round if we can. And we're going to go to the Imperial Basin, because we don't have any water for the other 2. So that's going to give us 2 spice because of the bonus from the Dreadnought. And then we'll utilize, let's go back to here. So we played Spice Trader. We're going to utilize its box ability. So if you have 2 influence with this, Freeman discard a card to gain 2 spice. So we have the signet ring, so we might be able to bump up another victory point. So, and we want to probably save that one. So we're going to get rid of convincing argument, because I think at this point, even though there's some great cards, if everything goes right, we're not even going to have to worry about that. So we're going to gain 2 more spice. I really like this Spice Trader card. He's helped us a lot this game. So now we have a total of 7 spice. And we have the backup plan of invasion ships, because I got the experimentation. I want to keep the infantry and my signet ring. Get rid of experimentation in case they do go here. We're going to flood with troops from there. It just drops them in. Signet Ring's a backup because if they end up not going there, we can play Experimentation next round. Maybe go up to Interstellar Shipping. Bounce up here, get an extra victory point. Then finally use our Signal Ring. Or Signet Ring first, probably. Bounce up here. Then go up here, get another victory point. That'll give us 2. Or another reputation. That would give us 1. And then if we win the conflict, 10. And somehow, if we get up here, bump 2. Oh, that should have 2 spice on the that Taylor track. That's not going to change anything. Nobody's gone there yet, so forgot about that. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. All right. So was that everything? Yeah. So we played Spice Trader. So we got a good plan. So let's see what happens. All right. So hopefully they don't get Highliner because that's what we want. That's what we're going for. So the Prince is up. Hold space. Whew, I saw that space in guild. So they're going to go up 1 right there. All right. And see what the count does. Oh, he did. He went to, oh my gosh. So he's going to go to Highliner. That's all right. We got a backup plan. So he's going to gain 1 reputation there. He's going to recruit 3. And then play up to 2 more. So this is going to be a battle. Oh my gosh. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I think we still may be safe. But dang, those 2 in a row. Gosh. All right, so our turn. So now we have to use our invasion ships. To get there. It's the only way we can really beef up. Now the Signet Ring, so the Signet Ring is going to allow us to go up 1 right here. So if we discard this, ooh, and we have Water of Life, so we'll be able to do. But so if we don't discard the Signet Ring and use that next turn, we'll be able to go up 1 here. But we would need to discard Experimentation, which means we're 1 less here. So either way, it's going to balance out. Whereas with Experimentation, if we keep this, oh crap! I didn't think we can go to Highliner. So we don't have the symbol unless we get a fold space. Holy crap. I was thinking about the invasion ships tile the whole time. but not even thinking about having the symbol to go there. But in order to go to full space, we need one too. Oh no. How do we do this? I mean, even if he wins, it's just going to slow the round down, but I was really wanting to try and win there. Wait, does the... That doesn't mean we have the... thing, do it? Wait a minute. What? Yeah, we have the alliance token, right? That's probably why subconsciously I was like, yeah, wait. Alliance. You may use this effect only if you have the alliance token of the faction shown. So I have an alliance with the Spacing Guild, so that means I can go there without having, right? Pretty sure. If you have an alliance token and lose, you were previously tied. If you have, right? Okay. Let me just double check this, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. That's what we also need to get for this game is some coin capsules for the tokens. I've been seeing some people do that. Maybe I was just sitting it in the wrong, reading it in the wrong spot. I mean, yeah, alliance. You may use this effect only if you have the alliance token of the faction shown. Here, an alliance with the Spacing Guild. So I have an alliance with them, right? So is that so? Is the alliance token only for? Cards, I believe. Because in order to send an agent, we have to have the symbol. Dang, okay. Okay, so yeah. That's unfortunate, but so hmm. Okay. Well, so now we gotta think about this. Uh that was a goof up for sure. Now I think we have a few cards with the icon. Let's check out our discard and see what we've already used. So I think we have the one card that has what is it called? It's the one that has pretty much every symbol. In there. So if we could draw that, that could help. So let's see. So we need to draw cards, I guess. We need to figure this out. So if we go here, we can get more troops and draw a card. We have the Mentat, so we should be able to come back from this somehow. Now the Conspire up there and the Emperor is going to give us 5 and draw and 5 Solarian 2 troops. But we don't get to deploy them. Up here, we could go up to the freighter twice if we do the shipping. Bring it back down. Increase our influence here and then here. That'll give us one more victory point. But I think we're looking for drawing cards as much as we can. Selective breeding, but we would need the BG icon. Research station needs 2 water. We have no water. That'll give us 1 water. But we also, the only way to do that, increase that, is to increase the rep. If we can get up 2 tracks here and draw a card. If we get spy satellites, paste 3 spies to trash to gain a victory. We go here and here with that. But I want to go to combat. I want to try and win this. I don't think they're going to win this round though, because they're kind of behind. So I think that one would be the best play right now. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna play Signet Ring, and we're gonna send. We'll use our Mentat to go there. So we're gonna get us 1 Solari and we're gonna get a troop deploy. We're gonna deploy 2 more. We get a draw card. So let's see. Oof. All right. So it's convincing argument. So that's unfortunate. And then we'll use our Signet ability. So we'll spend 1 spice. So we still have the 6, just in case we get that. To gain 1 influence with a faction where an opponent has more. So we'll go up the Freeman here. And then I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Hopefully they don't get to deploy anymore, at least for the count. Goodness. Let's see what the Prince does. So Prince is up. He's going to do Harvest Spice. So he will go here. And um, with the most spice. So he's going to get a total of 4 spice, which will take him up to 9. So he will instantly spend this 7 spice to gain a victory point. Let's see. And deploy up to two troops from the garrison. Well, he doesn't have any, so that's okay. Okay. All right. So next up is the Count. All right, Count. Don't go to conflict anymore. Oh my gosh, damn it. All right. So he's gonna go to harvest spice here. He's gonna get 4 spice. You got a total of 5. And he's going to deploy up to 2 more. Ugh. Man. Talk about bad luck. Now, they're out of troops, or agents, but we have 2 more. So, let's see what we can do here. So cards we have, the infantry we want to keep, and convincing argument. Well, also, we can't even play these 2 because they have no icons. So the only one is, wow. The only one is experimentation. So unless we get more cards somehow, we can't send our last agent. That sucks. But we do have Water of Life. So if we go up 1 more here, we'll get the water, and we have the spice. That'll take us down 1. But there is an option. There is a way. All right, so we have to play experimentation. So where do we want to go? So we do have invasion ships, but I think we want to keep that for that big play if we can. So we do smuggling. Or shipping. Yeah, that's like the only thing we can do with it. Alright. So we're going to do interstellar shipping. Now, if we go up 1 and go back down, we'll get 2 spice. Which, when we draw 3 cards, if we hit the highliner, we would be able to afford, even after spinning Water of Life, to hit highliner. Because if we hit highliner, that will put us at, I believe, 17. Or 16, right? Yeah, 16. 10. And then we have our tiebreakers and everything. Oh, man. We've got exactly 3 cards of 4. So there's a good chance we may hit that diplomat card. I think she has the symbol. Yeah. I think that's the risky play there. Even though it would be nice. Yeah, so we're going to go up 1. Wait. Oh, yeah, because experimentation, we're going to get the... Okay, yeah. So we'll go up 1 and go back down. We'll get 2 spice. Yep. And then let's take the... let's take this off. So yeah, going up here, so we're going to get 2 spice. Then we also have the additional benefit of research. So we're definitely going to come down here, go up here to get this, so we get a victory point. And then we also get a water. Okay, so that's used up. Then we're going to hit Water of Life, or use Water of Life, so spend a water and a spice to draw 3. So, drawing 3. So 1, reconnaissance, 2, diplomacy, yes, that's what we needed, and 3, local fence. Ooh. Okay, great. That is exactly what we wanted. Yes, it paid off. All right. So now we have 1 agent left, and we have to discard a card. It's definitely going to be reconnaissance, right? So what we're going to do then is do invasion ships. So flip it, discard a card, discarding reconnaissance. Enemy agents don't block your agents this turn. And then we're going to go to Highliner, utilizing diplomacy. Discard it over here. And in order to go there, it costs 6 spice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 1 spice to boot, to deploy 5 troops. 3, which is exactly what I have. 5. So that's going to increase us to 16. And then we're going to deploy an additional 2. So that's going to bring us up to 20. Oh man, this is the highest scoring conflict I've ever done for combat strength. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so let's go into reveal. So we are revealing. Bring this up. The 3. So we got our infantry, our local fence, which is 2 persuasion, and convincing argument, which is 2. So just put those like that. All right, so so we get 4 persuasion, and then we set our combat strength. So we're just worried about our strength for right now. So we're gonna get 2 more. Yeah, I've never had to. I think you flip the combat marker. When you go up above 20. Right, because that's what. Yeah, so there we go. So plus 20. So we're gonna get well, it'll be a total of 3 with artillery. So we're up to 23. And then we will go ahead and use tiebreaker for combat. So we're gonna get another 3 with artillery. So we'll be up to 26. We're winning this. I'm not playing around. And then I think that's it. Alright, well let's just go ahead and use our persuasion. Can't get the master. Oh wait. Oh, this has 1 too. Nice. So yeah. We have 5 persuasion, so we're gonna get the Talaxu master just because he's good for whatever reason if we have to go another round. And that goes on top of our deck because of spaceships or spaceport. Draw a new card. It's going to be a scout. Pretty nice, decent card. One persuasion for a blue and yellow agent icon. And then it also has one persuasion, a sword, and retreat up to 2 of your troops. Okay, so let's bring this one back down. And I think that's it for revealing. So this stuff all goes away. Now let's see if he can beat 26. Alright, combat. Prince is up first. So he will get 2 swords. So 1, 2. And let's see what this guy gets. Oh, he gets 4. So he's at 21. He tried. He definitely tried. Oh, and this is a battle for Akeem, so Arakeen. So actually, I think we get the defensive bonus too. When a conflict card is revealed for a space that you already control, you receive it. You may deploy 1 troop from your supply to the conflict. So we should have actually done that from the get-go. So we are actually at 28. This is epic. Alright, so we win the conflict. So we'll get 2 victory, which will trigger the end game. We also get the control marker. Second place is the count. So he's gonna get, oh, what do they choose? Is there a thing for that? So they choose 2. I guess we would do what would get them the most victory points. That would only make sense. So obviously the intrigue is going to give them 1. Two spice would give them 1. And then also the 3 Solari would give them 1. So they would choose the intrigue. So they would instantly trash these to gain a victory point. And then I'm thinking he would want to keep his spice in case another round they would get tech tiles. So for this choice, maybe there's a FAQ on this. We would say that he gained the 3 Solari, which would put him up to 7. He would spend that, gain a victory point. I think that's the best way to do that, yeah. Alright. So, this was a big conflict battle. Let me reset this, but I don't think it matters. This is pretty epic. All of these go to the supply. It's an exciting experience too when something like that happens. Figuring out how to, win the conflicts. Pretty neat. And I really had to, with my setup, it kind of worked out because I had invasion ships. And that's a big deal because you saw they took Highliner, so. And I also had to draw the cards to get that one specific card for that. So, yeah, so. So I think this comes back. Turn any losing dreadnoughts and any dreadnoughts that controlled a location for 1 round. Yeah, so that would go back there. Okay. Uh, yeah, so we will just do, well, no makers because agent's there, and then we check for in game. So we have hit the in game, and I don't. Do they have any in game things? No. Okay. So yeah, I think we got this one. I think this may be my first win. I can't remember if I ever won one before. Yeah, right on. So yeah, we won. This was a great game. Right at the end, a pretty spectacular ending. Um, so yeah, I really after playing this again, I really like this game. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will get this out and cut out some things that don't need to be in there. And apologies for the sound being muted for a bit, but we'll timestamp that. And I believe I rehashed a bit on what we did, so that shouldn't change much. Okay, thanks for watching, and I think the next game we're gonna try and get out will be we may do Tiny Epic Dungeons. So I try and always do the Tiny Epic games, and I think we did Pirates, and I've got everything for Dungeons, so we'll do that one. It's a pretty fun, easy game. And then they also have, which I kickstarted, was Tiny Epic Vikings. I don't think that comes out till next year. And then they recently put out Tiny Epic Crimes, but I didn't back that one because, you know, usually I've been hitting every Tiny Epic game, but that one just didn't grab me at all. Not for gameplay. I'm sure it's great to play, but for theme, I don't know, it didn't strike me. So, yeah, we'll do dungeons. We'll try and get parks, or not parks, dog park on one. Try the solitaire version. It looks pretty fun. And then eventually we're going to do Arc Nova once I get a good grasp of it. With solitaire, because it can be a little much at times, but I think once I get it, it'll be easier. And then we'll also do Marvel Champions, and we'll probably do. I'm on the campaign right now in X-Men, and spoilers if you don't want to hear it. The next one I'm gonna play with is, or the next scenario I think is the X Mansion, where they help defend it. I don't know. I haven't. I know that's what's next. I haven't read the whole thing, but we'll do that one too. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. See you later.